So we find that they have interest in a certain activity. Like if if they find that it's this cup that they want to use, that is the cup they will want to use. And if you give them another cup, they will be responding to it, maybe crying. And they also have an explain their tantrums. Like they have an explain tantrums in a way that you find that even a slight mistake, or when they want this thing, you refuse to give that, they will be maybe knocking their heads down, biting themselves, because they also have pure sensation to danger. Yeah, they have pure sensation to danger. They don't even management of autism. Then we find that they normally have some retreats to speak about, the retreats that explains more about of the neurodevelopmental disorders.
Hey our beautiful viewers, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on exactly what time you're watching this video. My name is Whitley and I welcome you guys to yet again another interesting episode in M&W Show. For those who are coming across this channel for the very first time, kindly consider to subscribe to be part of this wonderful community, because we have so much a lot in line for you guys. Today I'm bringing to you guys an interesting episode. It has been an autism month, right? Yeah, and we decided to have a discussion about autism. Let's know what autism is. Let's know and interact with someone who has knowledge about autism and someone who has experience with autistic people. So without further ado, I will give her a chance to introduce herself as we proceed with the show. Thank you. Hey, how are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Thank you for honoring our invite.
You're welcome.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yeah, tell us who you are.
Okay. I'm Mariana Ching, and I'm an occupational therapist. Yeah.
Nice. Thank you for coming to this show.
You're
You look beautiful in your blue.
Thank you. Actually, it's blue is our autism color. So being that it's an autism awareness month, I thought it was coming in blue.
In blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, to represent the theme of this month.
Yeah.
Ah, nice. So tell us, what is autism?
Basically, autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that is caused by differences in the brain chemistry that affects behavior, communication, social interaction, and speech. Yeah.
Ah, okay. So, who are these people affected by this disorder?
So, the onset of autism, you can easily notice or say that this child is autistic at the age of 2 years. The early age of 2 years, you can clearly notice that this child is autistic. So it's a condition that actually, let me say it's a genetical condition. A child is born with it, but now the signs and symptoms, you can clearly notice them as the child grows. So at an age of 2 years, you can notice that this child is autistic.
Okay.
But you find that a lot of people assume this because they really don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you've talked of people not assuming, which means the society is not aware of what autism is, right?
Absolutely.
So, as an activist, your role is to create awareness to it.
Yeah, sure.
So, how do you guys do it?
So, actually, even what we're doing right now is we are creating awareness, and it really came at the right time, because normally we do celebrate autistic kids 2nd of April. We celebrated these kids 2nd of April. But now the whole month of April it's an autism awareness month. We create awareness, we teach parents, we tell parents the signs and symptoms, And we find that most people really don't know what autism is.
Yeah, so you're saying people who are in rural areas are not informed about autism, right?
Yeah, like for example, my home country, that is Homa Bay country. County.
Yeah, county. Yeah,
Homa Bay County, sorry.
Mhm.
So we have, we normally go there April, and if you checked on my photos or my stuff, you would have seen that.
Yeah. So I think I saw something like that on your Facebook.
Yeah. So it's we call it mashinani, embracing neurodiversity mashinani.
Okay.
We find that those people in the rural, they miss out. They miss out with this thing. You find these parents, they hide their kids, they run away from these kids because they don't understand what it is. So that's why it's our initiative to begin with our rural areas.
Okay.
Yes.
That's nice. I think that will create more awareness to them who are not aware.
Sure.
Talk more about those who are in the city, the parents who are in urban areas.
Yeah, the parents in urban areas, let me say that they are most advantageous because you find that we have a lot of hospitals. We have a lot of hospitals that help in the management of autism. Then we find that they normally have some retreats to speak about, the retreats that explains more about of the neurodevelopmental disorders, which autism is one of them.
Okay. So you've talked of management. Does it mean it has no treatment or no cure?
Yeah, autism, just as I said, it's a neuro. That one, it begins in the brain, from the brain. And we said it is caused by differences in the... Okay, the main cause of it is idiopathic, meaning we really don't have the real cause of it. But although research tells us that it could be genetic. So we find that there is no really treatment for it, but there are management for it. It can be managed, and as early as this child is diagnosed, when they begin their management or treatment, it's at an early age, it will alleviate the symptoms. Yeah.
So how will the parents know that my child is autistic, or my child is just having a normal bit by bit growth?
Okay, so you can clearly say that your child is autistic by they have this. The autism itself affects their productivity. And when I speak about productivity in children, I speak about the main occupation of kids is play.
Yeah.
So that is their productivity. So you find that an autistic child, they socially withdraw from others. They are loners. You find that this child, he or she wants to play alone. He or she doesn't want to play with any other person. Then you find that these kids, they cannot maintain eye contact.
Oh.
Yeah, they can't really maintain, even if it's eye contact, maybe for seconds, but they cannot maintain eye contact. Then they also have delay in speech. You find that an autistic kid, or their delays in developmental milestones, but you find that at the age of 2, this child cannot speak or say like mom, dad. Then these kids, they have stereotypical behavior. Like you may find him or her doing some mimicries, like flapping fingers. They have a repetitive behavior. Like you can find them biting their teeth or tongue. Then they can be rocking themselves. So they have a certain characteristic of repeating. They're repeating a behavior. Then these kids, they may be having low sensory integration, such as loud noise, response to sound. You can call them, but they don't respond. You may be talking to them, but they really don't pay the attention to what you're telling them. Then they normally dislike some texture of food. Yeah, because they are hyperactive. So you find that the hyperactivity, they're so hyperactive. These are kids who normally they don't settle at a certain point. You find them here, there, and they're always alone. So we find that they have interest in a certain activity. Like if they find that it's this cup that they want to use, that is the cup they will want to use. And if you give them another cup, they will be responding to it, maybe crying. And they also have explained their tantrums. Like they have an explained tantrums in a way that you find that even a slight mistake, or when they want this thing, you refuse to give that, they will be maybe knocking their heads down, biting themselves, because they also have pure sensation to danger. Yeah, they have pure sensation to danger. They don't even think that I'm going to fall down, I'm going to hurt myself. To them, that you're not there.
Okay. So let's talk about now management. How is it?
Then also, before we proceed to the management, they have poor executive function. And when they have poor executive functions, you find that even participation in class or school might be different, might be difficult, because they have poor problem solving skills, they have poor attention, they are hyperactive, and they may not understand, like when you're talking to them. They cannot even be giving you feedback. Like I may be talking to a normal kid and I tell them, hi, hello. No, they look at you and they talk to specific people, not any random person. When it's the mom, that is the person they'll be talking to. Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you. That reminds me. Does it affect, apart from affecting the brain, how about the growth of other body parts?
It doesn't affect their growth, though they might be having delayed milestones. So delayed milestones begin cephalocaudally. So their speech might be delayed. Then their behavior. Then when these kids, normally a kid should be socializing with another kid. So they tend to be loners. But the physical structure, it's okay.
So they are able to walk around.
Yeah, they're able to walk. Actually, their growth is just okay, just as other kids grow. What now becomes a problem is the speech. Actually, speech is one of the most pivotal things that can make you know that your kid might be having a condition. But it doesn't mean that if these symptoms appear, it's only autism. No.
Okay.
Yeah, because there are other types of disabilities or disorders that also comes with some of the symptoms which they're common. But now you compare.
So what is this particular symptom that can tell you that, hey, this is autism?
Okay, in autism, the main things that can tell you, you just look at eye contact, then you look at their speech, then you look at the hyperactivity, then you look at the social interaction, because normal kids will be interacting with others. Yeah, but then they're loners. Even when you go with your baby somewhere, they will not even want to sit close to you. They shall have noticed something or an activity, then they will be into that. Yeah.
Okay. Because when I was thinking about autism before I interacted with you, I had this formed mind that an autistic person is someone maybe cannot move properly, and again they have the brain disorder. So I was someone who is disabled can, I don't know, I was not thinking that they can be moving, like they can be moving well. They can have the activities going on around, like I don't know, I just had that from the mind.
Yeah,
But
disability it's so diverse,
mm,
and we have a lot of disabilities that a lot of people really don't know. Even me, before I stepped into this field, I didn't know a lot of things. But now that I came to interact with these kids, to interact with most of the conditions, I can clearly notice or say that this kid is suffering from this. But generally, there are a lot of disabilities that even affects movement. That's, for example, cerebral palsy, which is also an interesting disorder or disability that we can also talk about. But now, because we are in the Autism Awareness Month, we'll only stick to autism.
Okay. So let me ask you: is it affecting particular gender, male or female, mostly affected?
Yeah, research tells us that the most affected are the males compared to the female. Yeah, and we find that 60%, 60% of 100% in a community might be autistic.
Wow. And again, this is a disorder that people are not so much aware about.
Yeah, people are not so much aware of it. Then most of the people confuse autism spectrum disorder with ADHD, which is commonly known as attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Okay.
And maybe if I go back to autism, it's referred to as autism spectrum disorder. It's a spectrum, meaning it has a lot of diverse conditions in it. So when we talk of autism, we have Asperger's in it, we have the autism itself in it, then we also have the child integrative disorder in it. So we refer to it as a spectrum. So now most of us, the most common one is autism. Yeah.
Okay. So still on management.
Yes.
Do we have maybe particular food or particular drugs for them, or how do you guys manage all these symptoms?
Actually, autistic kids have a certain food that they eat, because normally when they eat a lot of sugar, they begin to be hyperactive. Normally this one happens to even you. When you take a lot of sugar, you'll be more hyperactive.
Sure.
So you find that them, with the differences in their brain chemistry, now they're having this condition. Their food, we normally advise parents to give them food that with low sugar or even no sugar at all. Then we also advise the parents not to give them food with wheat.
Okay.
Yeah, because any moment they eat those cakes, chapatis, mandazi, they are hyperactive. But they have a specific, if you want to make them chapati, there's a specific weight you can use. Yeah, so they shouldn't be using the normal ones that we normal people use.
Okay. So again, they have a strict, maybe I can say strict
Yeah, the
diet.
strict meal plan diet. Their diet is restricted.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great. So we've talked about now back in the rural areas, I mean, they're not so much informed about this particular disorder. Now, when it gets to now managing it, how do you guys create the awareness about, hey, you should not give your child this type of food? Because I assume that in the urban areas, accessing this particular type of food to give them is a little hard. So how do you guys do it back there?
So mostly what we do, we talk to the parents, we tell them the do's and the don'ts, but you find that not all of them will really we really pay attention to what we do because they also have challenges, you know. First of all, we find that there are no special schools back in the rural areas. So you find these women also, these mothers also, they don't accept this condition. You know, they have problems with accepting that my child is autistic and now I should be doing this. So that is the most common thing that we are battling. The parents are not accepting these conditions. Then they'll be having that perception that my child is bewitched. So that's why we do a lot to the community. We educate them. We tell them how these things can be caused. We even give them examples such as, like, we use this DSM-5. This is a diagnostic and statistical manual of mental disorder, which was created by the American Psychotic Commission, that it helps us to diagnose these mental disorders. And for your information, autism is a mental disorder.
Okay.
Yes.
It is a mental disorder.
It is a mental disorder.
That's why everything starts from the brain.
Yeah. We have a lot of mental disorders.
Yeah.
That's why we use the DCM-5, which was created for us by the American Psychotic Commission, that helped us to diagnose this thing, because there is no scientific test that can be done to prove that this child is autistic. But a specialist can simply look at the baby, compare the signs and symptoms, and he or she will be able to tell that this child is autistic. Yeah, we don't really have a test, a medical test. Like, we know tests like pneumonia, you can go and have a test and say, I have pneumonia. But this one, there is no really test for it. But now we look at the behavior, your behavior, how you behave, and we'll clearly say that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, which is this scenario that you will ever come across?
Yes.
Where the mom or the parents have not completely accepted that their child is autistic, and how was it affecting this child because they've not started the proper maintenance?
Yeah, this is the commonly problem that we face,
both in urban areas,
both in urban and the rural. It's a common problem that is there, acceptance. You know, and I can say that I've met a lot of parents who have never accepted, even now. That's why we came up with this awareness, to celebrate these kids, and even show them examples to even the outside countries, you know. So a lot of parents or caregivers, they don't accept these kids, but I'll tell any parent outside there that if you're having any kid with any condition, just embrace them to at least help us alleviate these symptoms. And just as I said, that if we diagnose these kids at an early age, the management will be very easy for us. Not that you wait until this kid is 5 years to 6 years is when you're now looking for an intervention. No. At the moment, as early as 2 years. That's why we're bringing up these talks, this awareness, to speak about most of the symptoms, the causes, so that a parent can now look at the parent can check out the kid and give attention to what they hear from us as we speak.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, talking about parents and caregivers, I know this is a condition that affects someone both emotionally and again financially, because they have strict diet. Again, they have to be taken to special schools. So have you ever encountered a parent who is really affected with the condition of their children, and how did you guys maybe offer some counseling or maybe advices?
Okay. First and foremost, this is a disorder. It affects both the financially stable and even those who are not stable. And it affects, just as you said, it can affect someone financially, emotionally, physically, and even socially. Because, for example, you've been invited for a birthday party and you want to go with your child. And this is a child that really needs, you have to follow or check on her every second, because you may forget him playing with other kids and you find him lost because they don't know where they're going to. Then we also find that it's also expensive because they have to go for the treatment. The treatment we teach them on the concentration, attention, socialization, and this is where OT and occupational therapists come, and speech therapists come, because the speech therapy we also help with the speech to train on the speech.
Okay. So do they get to a point where now they can communicate?
Yeah, they get to a point where they can communicate if they only become consistent to the treatment. Because I can't be teaching or training your child on speech, then he or she doesn't comply. He's not consistent with the treatment, because with the speech we facilitate the oral muscles, which help in speech. So when they're not consistent, we're doing nothing. So when a parent or a caregiver is consistent with the treatment, they will see a lot of changes in the kids. That's why we are calling out parents and caregivers not to hide their kids. They come out and they look for intervention.
Wow, that is nice. And talking about you guys offering such treatments, and how is our medical, what do you call it, our health sector aware about this thing? Are they well equipped for this type of disorder, or
I must say currently our health sector is doing well, because they have tried to establish schools for these kids. So our health sector is much aware of it, but we would like for them to consider a lot of things for us, such as creating schools, creating some free hospitals that these kids can, for the parents who cannot afford the finance to pay for treatment. They should establish more of these hospitals for these special kids, because not everyone can afford this. You find that, and even it's not all the hospitals have these whatever to accommodate these kids. So we would love the health sector to build more facilities for these people.
That is nice. You said that you guys, you have a program where you go to the rural areas to create awareness. How often is this, or is it just on the month of April?
Normally we have a calendar for the disabilities. We have calendar for most of these disabilities. Like autism has got its own month, cerebral palsy has got its own month, Down syndrome has got all these conditions, they have their month. But it doesn't mean that now that if it's not in April, I cannot create awareness I cannot create awareness of autism. So we do this, but most commonly, because it's a month that we celebrate and we really value it so much, we do most of it in April.
In April? Okay, so the entire April just for autism celebration.
Awareness. We create awareness, tell these people the symptoms, the causes, and what they are supposed to avoid, like older parents. We find that those who are at high risk to get autistic kids, the research tells us that older parents, Children born from or with older parents, there is high risk to get autistic kids. It's not really, it's not really that it's not sure that an older parent can get an autistic kid, but chances are high. Then we find that parents which are having genetical conditions such as Down syndrome, Rett syndrome, then they're at high risk. So those are the things we teach people. We talk about these conditions, these genetic conditions that may lead to this. Yeah, even kids that are born with low weight, they're also at high risk too.
Okay. This low weight
that is from 2.5. Let me say 2.4 to be long.
Okay.
Yeah, then also premature kids that are born less than 26 weeks of gestation. Yeah, they're also at high risk to be autistic.
Okay. So you talked of acceptance as being one of the challenges that you guys encounter in this field. What is any other challenge that you guys go through?
Acceptance is not our challenge. Acceptance is for the caregivers and the parents. Yeah. But another challenge that they also face is finances. Yeah, some of them are not able to afford such treatment. Then we also have poor infrastructure. Like back at my own country, we find that only Oma Bay Referral Hospital is an hospital that can accommodate these kids. These are the constituencies. We don't have any facility that affects this. Yeah, then we find that somebody maybe from Diwa constituency, he or she has to go to Homa Bay because that is where they can achieve this. They can get these services. So I would maybe say that they may construct or build more facilities for these.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, that's nice. When I interacted with you the other time, now I got interested to know what autism is, what is autistic kids, and I came across this family who had 2 kids with autism, and yeah, I think the other one is okay. And again, I came across another family with all of their kids being autistic. So I was like, it's possible for all your kids to have this particular disorder.
Are you really sure that was autism?
Yeah, they were talking about them being diagnosed with autism.
Yeah, okay. It's not really, I can't say per se that every kid can be autistic in a family. But just as we said, it's caused by differences in the brain chemistry. Yeah. So it can affect most of them because it's also genetics is also a factor.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like that, the other family was that one with 2 kids who are autistic was saying that one is quick, he can respond quickly. This other one is slow but is good in speech. So it varies.
How old are they? That's interesting.
2 or 4, 2 and 4, I think.
Where are they?
It's an international family.
Yeah.
They are Kenyans, but they live in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah. So the mother was like, one is very slow, and another one is slow, and they can respond. The other one can respond in speech, but this one cannot respond in speech again. But it's quick in responding to things around him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I really got interested because I was like, how possible is this? I was expecting that if it is autism, see like pneumonia, the symptoms of pneumonia, you will feel cold, but this one was saying that the kid is responding quick in speech, and this other one is not responding in speech, but is quick to anything that is around him.
Yeah, that one is possible. But now when you're also speaking about those kids in the UK or US or whatever, they really have a good treatment for these kids as compared to our country.
Yeah.
These conditions are really well known. They have a lot of employees. They have a lot of equipment for these kids. Yeah, so it's possible in a family to get two or more kids with this autism.
Okay. Nice. Okay, so maybe as we bring the show to an end, what do you think? Okay, is there anything that is left that is not tackled in this particular area?
I think what I'll really maybe give more.
Yeah, maybe you can increase your voice a little.
Okay. Maybe I'll just emphasize on the treatment. We have different types of treatment for autism. We have they have a behavioral therapist because this autism affects their behavior, so they're trained in certain behaviors because it affects their daily activities like dressing, eating, moving, ambulation, and everything. So you find that even their toileting becomes a problem. So they're trained. They're trained on how to even they're trained in a way that when they even want to eat, they will say. So they need a behavioral therapist to train them. Then they also need a speech therapist. So autism works with a multidisciplinary team. So speech therapist being one of them, and occupational therapist also there. Then you also work in integrating these kids to school. Yeah, we work on integrating them to school. Yeah, we work on attention. We work at concentration. Yeah, because they also have to go to school. So we integrate, not even we integrate them to school. And normally we advise that parents to take them to normal school so that they can copy from others. They can imitate. They learn mostly by imitating because when they see that child eating, they also do eating. So we normally advise parents to maybe try taking them to normal school so that they can learn from others. Yeah, then we also have the music therapy. We teach them, we give them music, they listen to. Then we also have hydrotherapy. We take them in water, and this make them more relaxed because when they are more hyperactive, we also consider that hydrotherapy. Then we also consider you try to learn the interest. So we advise the swings. We take them to swing at least to make them calm because normally they are more hyperactive. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice. Maybe you can talk to our viewer who maybe is having a child who is autistic and they don't find it easy to accept or even to bring their children into public so that they can get such help that you just talked about.
Yeah. To any parent watching over there, first I'd love to congratulate you for having these kids. It's not a walk in the park. I'll have to congratulate you, and I'd love to tell any parent there or any caregiver there not to lose hope. Accept this child, because the moment at which you accept this child, it will be easy for us. It will be easy for us to achieve most of these things. So if you are having your bookings, just go to the hospitals or to your special therapist so that you can help these kids. Yeah, we embrace them so that they can also be somewhere. And we find that autistic kids are very bright. They are very talented. Very talented. They can sing well, model well, even art. They're very good in art.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So just identify the interest of your child, then we work on it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is so nice, and I think I've learned a lot. Myself, I wasn't so much aware of what autism is.
Yes.
I think, again, I've never had a one-on-one experience with someone who is autistic. So whatever you've just told us is, yeah, it has taken myself quite a mile, because I've learned a lot, and thank you for honoring our invite. And now I know that next time when we will be having an autistic month, I'll be wearing blue.
Yeah, blue is we honor them by wearing
Blue.
Blue is our theme color for
Nice.
autism.
So next time I'll not show up with orange, but I instead I'll show up with blue. So maybe you can tell us your handles if a parent or a caregiver can be interested to reach you. Where can they find you?
Yeah, you can reach me on my Facebook account, Marion Aching, Instagram, Marion Aching, TikTok, Marion Aching. Feel free to always consult. Yeah, so those are my handles where they can always reach me at.
Okay. That is nice. Thank you, Marion, for again coming to our show. I am so much happy to have you around.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to having more and more discussions and sit down with you on such mental issues, any other disorder that we decide to talk about, because I find it very meaningful, because most of these things are just family that nobody aware of these things. So you find you give back to your child, you experience kids, you don't know what exactly it is. So if we talk about them, most of people will be aware of what exactly they are. So I'm looking forward to having you in this show more and more times. And for our viewers, that was Sister Marion. We are so much grateful for having you around to this point. I say that if this is your first time coming across this channel, please just press the subscription button so that you be part of this wonderful community. Let me know in the comment section what you expect from this episode. And if you are having someone who is also going through the same circumstance that we talked about, the autistic kids, or you've interacted with the autistic person, you can again let us know in the comment section. I am glad to have a sit down with her, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. What I can say, guys, is adios. Bye-bye.
Bye.